There's no way you can make a deal with the devil. He's got every trick up the sleeve. There's no way. So, like I said, they asked me that so many times about my child and my children in the state of Alabama. The judge looked at me on the 30th trial. The new judge looked at me and he says to the state of Alabama, what do you want Carl to do to get back his kids? What do you want him to do? Like, well, we just want him to do a psychological evaluation, and he could have his mom do the psychological evaluation. He'd have his best friend, his brother do it. We don't care. We just want him to have a piece of paper in his court that says that Carl did a psychological evaluation. I evaluated Carl. My name is Bob Smith, and Carl is a fit man to be a fit parent. That's all we want him to do, is have somebody put a piece of paper in his court saying that he was psychologically evaluated in Virginia, Connecticut, New York, Canada, wherever he wants to get psychologically evaluated, any place. And we'll give him back his kids immediately. And the judge said, why won't you do that? I said, sir, if you told me to blink my eyes so I'll get my kids back, I'll staple my eyes so I can never blink. If you tell me to breathe one time and you'll give me back my kids, I will not blink. I will not breathe. I will pass out. I will not do anything you order me to do. I said, I'm a man. You're the public servant. You work for me, and I'm never going to submit to your jurisdiction or authority. He says, are you telling me that this has been going on all these years, and that's all you have to do? I said, absolutely. It'll go on to the day I die. I will never submit to your jurisdiction. I will never take any of your orders. I will never do it. I don't care if you just order me to blink one time, and you'll give me back my kids. I don't care if you order me to blink one time, and you'll give me $1 million and my kids. I won't do it. I will never take an order from you. You work for me. And I will never show to the world that I obeyed you, a public servant. I'm never going to show joinder. I'm never going to show submission. I'm never going to show that I petitioned you. I petition God for relief. I don't petition a man in a black robe. I petition God for my relief. I don't petition a black robed one. I don't pray to you. I don't beg you. So he's like, you've got to be kidding me. This would have all been over years ago. Yes. They said, yes, years ago. But he won't do it. That's right. I won't submit to your jurisdiction or your authority. I won't do it. You could throw me, you could do whatever you want. Take my kids from me forever. I don't care. You could send me you could send my children's fingers back one at a time in a box. I'm not going to do it. I will not do anything that you order me to do. I will not do it. It will never happen. So then that judge realized, holy crap. This guy is intense. So that's the who helped me. That's the guy who said to me, approach the bench, and then he gave me his business card. And he said, let me pass final judgment today so you can file an appeal and get a copy of that contract that we can't get from the state. So he realized, he might as well join me because I'm not going to stop. So it worked out great, and that's why I'm on the radio now, and I'm teaching people all I do. So if I submitted to their jurisdiction or authority 2, 3, 4 years into it, I wouldn't be on the show right now. I wouldn't have a show. I would have never met Mr. Ewing. I would have had my kids, and I'd be playing soccer with them. Or I would have got my kids, and then they would have thrown a bag of weed in my car or a bag of crack or a bag of crystal meth, and I'd be sitting in jail for 20 years. So, no, you can't work a deal with the devil. You can't. They'll always figure out a way to burn you. As soon as
I actually had a friend who went to work for the Dallas Police Department. And when he went to work for the Dallas Police Department, he was really excited to be on the team. And when he graduated, they gave him 3 joints, 3 bags of cocaine, and an empty gun. And he said, "What's this for?" And they said, "This is for the cases where you know the guy is guilty, but you don't have any evidence, so you can plant it."
Yeah. And that's what I tried to tell him. That's what I said to the judge. I said, what makes you think I'd be crazy enough? Because when the kids came back to me from Alabama, I said, what makes you think I'd be crazy enough to take possession of the children in Alabama? You're going to fly them to Virginia. I'm not going to touch them in the state of Alabama. I'm not going to be seen with them. I'm not going to hold them. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to allow you to accuse me of doing anything wrong. You're going to put him on a plane, you're going to fly him home. And that's what they did. So, yeah, I'm not going to get planted. I'm not going to let them say, like, oh, tremendous victory, and the kids run into me in the courthouse, yay, and I load them all up in a nice little minivan, yay. I roll 2 feet out of the courthouse, and then I get stopped, and there's 10,000 pounds of crystal meth in the trunk of my car, or the minivan. I was like, how did that get there? It's like, yeah, well, you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail. I'm glad you enjoyed seeing your children for 2 seconds, because I'm never going to see you again. Say goodbye to daddy, kids. He's going to jail. I don't trust them. Like I said, when anybody doesn't believe me and thinks that this is fantasy, the Attorney General for the state of Alabama's name is Troy King Jr. Okay? He had this big campaign against, believe it or not, sex toys in the state of Alabama. He closed up every kind of sex shop that you can know, any kind of party who was trying to do things on the internet. He would prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. Well, this Troy King Jr., and you could Google his name, got busted by his wife on a Sunday, like when he was supposed to be in church, with the homecoming king of Troy University. Not the homecoming queen he got busted with in his wife's bed. No, he got busted with the homecoming king of Troy University. Did he get arrested? No. Did he get kicked out of office? No. I mean, everybody in the state of Alabama laughed their ass off. It's like, oh, this good godly Christian who prosecutes little old ladies for taking state welfare. Well, after the husband died, he actually put some little old lady in jail for 2 years because when her husband died, she was supposed to report immediately his death so the checks would stop. Well, she didn't. She didn't do it for like 3 or 4 months. She just kept collecting his checks. Well, he said, well, we got to put her in jail to teach everybody in the state of Alabama that you can't do, criminal acts, you can't do wrong in the state of Alabama on my watch. And he put her in jail for 2 years, a little old lady. So he thought he was like tough on crime. So like I said, God got him back by getting him busted by his wife on a Sunday in her bed because he thought she was visiting her family someplace else with the homecoming king of Troy University. So if people don't believe me, Google it. Google his name. And then you can understand the kind of sordid, twisted, demented people that are running the government of the state of Alabama. Let's put it this way. 3 of the last 4 state of Alabama governors are sitting in federal prison.
Say again?
3 of the last 4 state of Alabama governors are in federal prison.
George Wall's got it, so he's gone.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's just beyond evil, the people who work for the government down there. The people who control the government in Alabama. It's just totally insane. I mean, they're worldwide known. They're worldwide renowned that Alabama is just twisted. You say to somebody in England or Germany, it's like, oh, Alabama, like, oh, all those people that hate black people, all those crazy governors, all those crazy politicians from Alabama. It's like, yeah, like 80% of the people in Alabama want to be a politician because that's where the money's at. They all know if they could become a state legislator or a governor or an attorney general, they all know that they could steer contracts to their friends and families, like for $200 toilet seats or a light bulb in the office. They could sell them for $10 each. They could get the state contract. It's always been a scam like that in the state of Alabama and Mississippi. But Alabama's got a worldwide reputation of just being corrupt. So like I said, I was not going to get into any kind of an agreement or any kind of contract or any kind of deal with the state of Alabama. They are masters of spitting it around and just destroying you, and destroying your life and destroying your world. They're masters at it. They're master manipulators. They know every trick in a book. It's like making a deal with the devil. You're going to lose. No matter how smart you think you are, you're going to lose.